When you say the word health, you are referring to the well-being of yourself or others. So naturally, health becomes a personal matter, especially when it revolves around your own health. Everyone wants to be in better health, which is, again, a very natural impulse. The first and easiest thing you can do to better your health is to eat properly and work out routinely. Eating properly can become dieting and monitoring what comes into your kitchen. Working out, on the other hand, can be somewhat trickier. Working out doesn't have to mean you aim to become a bodybuilder or weightlifter, though those are possible achievements to gain from working out. It could simply mean you want to maintain a certain weight or keep your body moving properly and functionally. In such cases, to maintain proper health, you don't need dumbbells and treadmills, only a functional fitness routine. In this video, we'll talk about what is functional fitness. Functional fitness defined. You may not have heard the term functional fitness before watching this, but the truth is that functional fitness is all around you. Functional fitness refers to a type of fitness where you keep your body moving in simulated routines that resemble everyday tasks. Now, most people imagine working out as this fantastical imagery where you have a solid core and large protruding biceps that bulge every time you lift weights. This image is one that's better to burn. Not everyone can live this fantasy, and in most cases, it's unrealistic and impractical. You can't be your average person when you look like Dwayne Johnson, and honestly, keeping such a physique in shape is harder to do than maintaining a normal one. It'll become an extra weight on your shoulders that you'll quickly get tired of carrying. An easier and more reasonable way to maintain a fit figure is by sticking to simpler goals. What most people want is to be able to perform with the most practicality on a daily basis. To ensure this, drop the weights and stick to more natural movements. This is where you'll resort to functional fitness. With functional fitness, you'll be doing squats, lunges, stretches, and pumps that are closer to home. All of these movements will resemble or become more exaggerated versions of actions you do every day. Take lunges as an example. Lunges are the movement of stretching out and bending your leg. Though you'll never be found walking in this cycle, it's imitating the movements you make in more extreme cases. Going up the stairs and running use the same actions as walking does, but with more strength and power. By doing lunges, your muscles and joints become accustomed to the strong pull and strain and therefore perform more effectively as you run. As you grow older, you may have found that your body can't do the same things it used to. It's all right, since this happens to everybody. Unfortunately, the more lethargic you become, the faster this will happen to you, so it's better to get up and get moving in any way that you can. Functional fitness can be performed anywhere, at any level of difficulties. For instance, you can even use your own body weight to perform the exercises without using any gym equipment. As long as you're moving in a way that can benefit your body, you're doing some kind of functional fitness. It's better than lifting the heaviest weights and then snapping when you're trying to load groceries into your car. Complementing functional fitness with your lifestyle. As mentioned earlier, hoping for the perfect 10 out of 10 body is unrealistic and quite impractical. The basic aim should always be maintaining a healthy body you, as a person, are satisfied with. Being fit is only a further benefit to yourself. That said, your exercises shouldn't interrupt your schedule, but rather flow inside of it. Once it becomes a problem to find time for your workout, a red flag should signal in your mind. Here are some tips to keep in mind when crafting a workout routine that works for you. Firstly, it shouldn't take long at all. A 15 to 25-minute routine is enough to make a difference, as long as you're implementing this workout every day. You don't need anything that hard, just simple, repetitive movements to properly pump your muscles. These few spare minutes can be early in the morning or after your busy day. Typically, it's better to work out before you start your day's work. Otherwise, doing anything at the end of the day will tire you out more than you'd usually be. You can also develop intense strain and pain if you remain idle for too long after a workout. Another idea is to spread out your workouts through the week. On days you're working, work out for only 15 minutes, and on weekends or holidays, work out for 20 to 25 minutes. This way you won't tire yourself out when you have other things to do. Any system that suits your schedule is fine so long as you're getting the essential minimum of 15 minutes. When you start out, keep all of your moves minimalistic, nothing too extravagant that'll pull your muscles before you've even used them. No weights in the beginning, they will strain your muscles far too quickly. Once you're used to the burn from simpler workouts, you can apply small 2 or 3 pound weights. Never start out big. It's unhealthy, unrealistic, and impractical. When you're working out, keep some water nearby and wear active wear. Always keep yourself hydrated when working out, even if you don't feel tired while working out. There's always an after effect. Have lots of free space around you with a clean carpeted floor, or purchase yourself a yoga mat for moves where you bend or lie down. The more space you have, the fewer chances there are of an injury or breaking something near you. Is functional fitness right for you? Not everyone is capable of working out. Though society has now made it something very normal, you may not fit in with this group of people that can work themselves to the bone. If you're baffled, bear through, for there is an explanation. Yes, it's true that functional fitness basically tries to cover all generic movements, reinforce your stamina, strength, and range of motion. Yet still, what about those people who can perform daily tasks and nothing more? Illnesses, weakness, age, and injury can prevent you from doing more than what you're currently capable of. Though you may feel you're ready for more, your body may not be. Remember, before anything else, there's no need to push limits that shouldn't be pushed. In typical cases, functional fitness can cover most people's necessities. Whether you're hunting for the better body or a more productive day, functional fitness reaps the benefits to aid you down that road. But for those with physical restraints and disabilities, there's no harm in realizing what you're not capable of doing. If you're injured, then it's momentary, unless the after effect is lifelong. A scrape or bruise will put you down for a few days. Broken bones will keep you grounded for a much longer period, and in some severe cases, the rest of your life. If bodily functions are really something you wish to improve, though, then there's no reason for you to carelessly carry yourself around, injuring your limbs. Other momentary obstacles can be surgery, pregnancy, traveling, or moving, and other impactful events in life. There's no way you can keep up working out each and every day, especially if you have other things on your agenda to attend to. Fret not if you miss a day. Simply get back into the routine as soon as you can. The longer you wait, the harder it'll be to return to your former glory. As you grow older, you'll become more limited to what you can do. Bone health and newly developed issues have to be taken into account before you attempt any kind of workout. The older you become, the less likely it'll be that you can fit functional fitness into your habitual routine. That's why it's always better to start such things in your best health when you have no obstacles. Some people are born with permanent issues that prevent them from working in certain positions. There are many situations you may find yourself in. Being born with weaker bone strength could mean you're incapable of working yourself past a certain degree. So the basic idea here is that demotivation is the countering effect of motivation. It's a block that prevents you from becoming motivated, and its cure is, if anything, motivation. Breathing or digestive issues can also hold you down from working out, since these areas will be directly affected. In this video, we'll learn about benefits of functional fitness. There are multiple benefits to functional fitness that can easily become part of your daily routine. To convince you further of the powerful impact functional fitness can have on your life, here are some benefits that functional fitness can provide you with. Easier movement. It's basic knowledge that the more you move, the easier it becomes to move later on in life. Remember those days as an infant when you were clambering onto furniture trying to figure out how to walk? Of course not, since you were, after all, an infant, but it's a perfect example for this point. As an infant, you'd always have fallen over, cried a little, and then returned to your attempts to get up and walk. The more you did it, the better you got at doing it, since your body steadily adjusted to the actions. The same procedure occurs when you're working out. The more you repeat these actions, the more accustomed your body gets to them, and the easier they become to perform. Once your body is used to these movements, running, bending down, jumping, and heaving will all become a lot easier. That's why making functional fitness a daily part of your routine is so important. If you lose the momentum of working out regularly, you'll also lose the stability and consistency of your movements, and you may even get sore much quicker than you might have before. The best part about functional fitness is that you can start anywhere with it. There's no grand expectation to meet or deadlines to pay up monthly subscription fees. Just your own personal made goals and free time. Functional fitness in its most basic to most intense form will always remain a low-impact workout. This means beginners can commence at an easy pace without the worry of working out to be too hard on their body. On the other hand, those who already have it implemented in their schedule will easily be able to pick up their pace without leaving their comfort zone. Once you've gotten down the pattern of your functional fitness routine and you have a clear idea of what you're capable of, keeping yourself fit will never be easier. Movements are always done best in a flow. Without a system to your movements, you'll end up fumbling and tumbling in everything you do. Practice makes perfect, and this applies to everything, even the way you walk. The more you do something, the more progress you'll endure to succumb to the best of your ability. So for the best performance each day with fast and steady movements, functional fitness is the best solution to making your body perfectly functional. Stronger support and immune system. Though you may not realize it immediately, when you work out, your body becomes stronger. It's more resistant to attacks upon it. Now, when saying attack, this doesn't refer to life-threatening events, only simple accidents that can harm your body. Scratches and bruises will have less effect on your body if you work out on the daily. Instead of having a throbbing bruise on your knee for days on end, it may hurt for a few hours and then feel like an irritating itch. You'll also be able to handle more impact on your muscles while you're on the move. If running and going up the stairs were an issue before, working out can help you make those issues disappear. Functional fitness is the best kind of workout for improving your daily functional movements, since this is the primary focal point in all the exercises. With each workout, you'll also feel a surge of adrenaline run through your veins, which is a good thing. Adrenaline gives you extra power and more stamina. When you need it, adrenaline will be provided to you at a faster rate than if you didn't work out. Along with the buildup of adrenaline, there's also a buildup of stamina. With this, you'll be able to perform for longer periods of time and do more than you can usually do. If heaving the groceries tired you out before, then after proper functional fitness, you'll be heaving more than bags with ease in no time. Every day will be so much easier to conquer when your body is stronger and sturdier. You'll also feel more energized and confident the more your body can handle. Functional fitness can help you increase your general health in everyday life. Functional fitness can also open more doors for you. You can try new sports or hobbies that involve going out with clearer certainty. With a newer, fitter you, there is more you can do, more options you can discover. Stamina and strength aren't things you can develop overnight, but once you have them, all of your days will change for the better. Walking to work will seem less of a hassle. Running in the evening will appear to be more fun than irritating. Though you'll never be able to compete with the heavy bodybuilders out there by only doing functional fitness, you can reach fuller potential in more material events in life. Look better, feel better. One thing everyone's been taught since youth is to always feel good about yourself. Though you may not dwell too much on this idea, it's actually a life-changing mentality that can differentiate an optimist and a pessimist. Thinking positively about yourself is the key to a happier life for anyone's situation. Before accepting anyone else, accept yourself for who you are. If you can't do that, then make yourself the person you want to be and accept that. If you feel negatively about yourself, it'll be hard to see anyone else positively without choking on your own spite. Negativity is an awful quality to have, but unfortunately, it is more contagious than positivity. So if you walk around with a hunched back and a grumpy expression all day, it's highly likely you're dampening someone else's morning, even if that wasn't your intention. Rather than being the party pooper, try being the life of the party. Make yourself a more confident and happier person by working on the most important part of your life, yourself. Functional fitness isn't that demanding of a dedication. All you need to do is honor 15 to 30 minutes of your time, focusing them on yourself. It may sound rude, but the truth is everyone gets conscious about their physique at some moment in their life. Maybe it had hit you in high school. Your coworkers unintentionally made broad shoulders part of the uniform, or your in-laws pointed it out a little louder than they should have. In any case, the idea isn't to feel bad about yourself, but to feel motivated to do something about it. With little pushes in the beginning, the results will start slipping into your jeans easier, show under your old sweaters and shirts, and make your belts fall. Then by that time, you'll be able to work harder for stronger results that will truly wow your audience. Though the steps to get there aren't small, they are possible and not hard to walk. Some great results from functional fitness are heightened strength in your joints and limbs, greater resistance against physical impacts, and a better posture. That's right. With all the work you're inputting to your joints and limbs, your posture will be heavily impacted. A straighter back, a courageous lift underneath your chin, and strong shoulders all come from 15 minutes of functional fitness every day. Isn't that something worth working for? In this video, we'll discuss about functional fitness and other exercises. Functional fitness is commonly mistaken for any ordinary exercise and implemented into most typical workout sessions without anyone even realizing what it is. The fact is, there's a difference between functional fitness and other exercises. Though the line between them may not be fully distinguishable at the moment, that'll all be cleared with the following comparisons between functional fitness and other types of exercises you may be familiar with. 1. Bodybuilding. Bodybuilding focuses less on the daily routines and easing their exhaust for you, and more on the appearance you'll have in the end. No doubt about it, the final judgment after bodybuilding is a great one, but it doesn't complement all functional fitness has to offer. There are similarities between the two types of workouts. They both do help make for a better, stronger, healthier physical appearance, though one exaggerates it more than the other. A fit, appealing body is what you'll get, but when it comes to similarities, that's all there is. Sometimes you may find some functional fitness moves in your bodybuilding workout, but you'll never find primary bodybuilding moves in a functional fitness routine. Functional fitness focuses less on grinding your muscles and more on your flexibility and higher standard strength in tasks you'll encounter. When it comes to the daily routine, functional fitness is the helping hand holding you steady while you work through the day. When you're a bodybuilder, being the handy average Joe isn't what you're aiming for. Instead, it's more like you're aiming to be the extraordinary model people look up to and gaze appreciatively towards. Bodybuilders are built to appear tough, but the truth is that they're not that tough. When working on your muscles the bodybuilder way, the only thing you're doing is heightening the pulse and intensity of your muscles. Some core muscles in your limbs are completely skipped over and therefore not as strong as they could be. So while a bodybuilder has the look, they might not have the strength their muscles falsely portray. Bodybuilders are actually pretty delicate. They can't take hearty impacts with swollen muscles and may have a harder time carrying themselves if they don't properly use their newfound power. When you're working out on a daily basis with the aim of greater performance in chores, you'll achieve that goal. When you work to make the perfect vision, then by all means, you'll get what you want, but then it's up to you to carry that proud physique. 2. Heavy weight training. This is no stranger to most people's vocabulary. We've all seen the strongman in society lift the heaviest of weights with ease and blow our minds away. This is an extraordinary act indeed, but when will you ever do something that out of the ordinary in your daily life? Functional fitness is quite similar to weightlifting and bodybuilding in various ways. You'll get the body and appearance you want, and most likely more than those of a normal functional fitness routine. You'll also be able to lift amazingly heavy weights, which is great, right? Not in every case. In the gym, it might be a bragging right, or when you're starting a conversation about your hardcore hobbies. When it comes to working at home, though, lifting a box off the floor might strain your back painfully, even if it's a light box. As mentioned earlier, functional fitness works on your daily life, making tasks you do each day easier and less of a hassle to perform. Steadily, each chore becomes easier to do than the day before when it was a bother. Functional fitness figuratively lightens the weights on your shoulders that were placed there. Weightlifters can easily lift weights off of their shoulders, but only when they are in the proper position, with enough strength and utilizing the right equipment. Those who weightlift obviously know that there are protocols and conditions to be met when becoming weightlifters. How to prop yourself with the equipment, how to hold the bar of the dumbbell, and how to keep posture when holding the weights airborne. These are all the things you prepare to do when weightlifting. An easier way to think of it is so. When becoming a weightlifter, you are preparing for a foreseen event. That event is to gradually carry and handle heavier weights. When you're focusing on functional fitness, you're focusing more on preparing yourself for any possible event you'll encounter. So when it comes to practicality, functional fitness carries more weight. Functional fitness targets, if not all, then most of the muscles you use on a daily basis. By gradually strengthening them through a series of exercises, they become more efficient and perform to a higher degree. When weightlifting, you only focus on strengthening those muscles which will help you lift the heavy weights. This is fine as long as you're only planning on using those muscles for heavy lifting. The primary issue when it comes to weightlifting is the way you're doing it. You're either propped in a seated position or lying down, a steady pose that isn't going to harm the rest of your body. Doing this occasionally, as weightlifters would, their muscles soon become accustomed to this formation, and this becomes the only formation in which they are working at peak performance. When it comes to any formation, such as a very common example, heaving something from one surface to another, their formation, back and muscles fail them, causing extreme pain. 3. Group training. When you're training by yourself in your own home, you have the luxury of comfort and solitude. Anything you're doing suits your needs. All you have to do is make an environment that's fit for fitness, and you're well on your way towards a healthy lifestyle. The making of your new person is done by your hand, which is pressure on no one else but yourself. What about when you work in a group? In a group, you have an instructor, which is a hefty pro since they know what they're doing in teaching. When you're working with a professional instructor, there's a greater environment of motivation to endure the workouts for a better appearance and healthier body. Those people around you could be friends or at least acquaintances that want to achieve the same goal as you, making a friendly environment. The environment itself is one carefully designed to cater the needs of a workout. So you have the proper space, the proper colleagues, and the proper instructor. It sounds great so far. Now, here's where the hill drops. When you're working in a group, the catering isn't personal and generalized so that it fits a popular demand. Your demand may not be popular and you may find difficulty keeping up with the crowd. If you have a disability or any type of illness that prevents you from performing certain actions, you may as well not be part of the group. When you're working by yourself, the workout can be adapted to suit all of your own needs and run to your own pace rather than the pace of others and an instructor who is already fit as a fiddle. So keep in mind all the time what it is you're looking for from your workouts to decisively decide what it is you need. And remember, functional fitness is a category of its own. In this video, we'll talk about common mistakes with functional fitness. Functional fitness is a great way to get yourself into shape so long as you're doing it right. If you're confused, then the easiest way to word it is you can work out wrong. There are many common mistakes most people make when they start working out by themselves or even when they're starting out in a gym. So before you start out on your own routine, take a look at some of the things that can go wrong before you make these very mistakes. An everyday routine. One mistake people tend to make all too often is doing the same workout every single day. If you do this, you'll never get the ideal muscles, tone, and body that you want. Yes, over time, these workout sessions will get easier and you'll feel the strength in your limbs while doing this, but watch yourself crumble when you have to try a different workout. Your body is made up of many limbs, muscles, bones, and joints. If you don't work on all these parts of your body equally, you'll end up with an imbalance in your strength and stamina, which results in nothing good. Any good workout will have multiple actions that'll target specific muscles in your body. When you combine the four main components of fitness, discussed in later chapters, you get the right balance between everything your body needs. Unfortunately, this isn't as easy as piecing a puzzle together. Instead, it's more like having to make smaller puzzles first in order to make a larger one. So, when one workout focuses on cardio and perhaps muscle building, another workout you do through the week can focus more on HIIT and stretching. Keep switching up your exercises rather than doing the same one each day. Take it slow. Only change your routine when you know you can handle new moves and challenges. If you constantly swap your daily exercise, you'll cover more ground quicker and spread the oncoming strength to all parts of your body. Only doing one type of exercise is going to tire you out and not properly help your body develop the way you'd have wanted it to. Love what you do. Some people work out because they feel they have to with no other choice. No one can truly determine your own situation quite like you can, but this is the wrong mentality. You should never approach your workout sessions with resentment. Always look to your workouts with optimism and confidence. If you want to work out, then do it for yourself, not for anyone else's satisfaction. If you feel that you're being pressured into working out, then the results are never going to satisfy you, even if you do make it to your goal. You have to enjoy something in order to achieve anything. If you don't like cooking, then you'll never enjoy a meal, even if you mastered the recipe. The victory is always sweeter when you've got sugar, not salt. Start working out when you feel good about working out. Do workouts that make you feel confident you have what it takes to make the change you need. If you don't like the criticism, comparisons, or judgments of others, then don't go to the gym. You don't need to be in a crowd to get the motivation you need to start lifting weights and running in evenings. All your motivation should be positive, not negative. When you have positive motivation, it means you are being forward by the achievement you'll receive. When you have negative motivation, it means you are driven by the consequence of not acting. Don't be afraid of what people are going to say and do if you don't work out. Think about all the good response you'll get from doing so. Remember how happy you'll be when you finally reach where you want to be. Keep all of your thoughts positive, and you'll not only feel good, but soon enough, you'll look good as well. Dieting. Another one of the most common mistakes people make when they're starting out, they think they have to start dieting. No matter what science and TV health programs try to tell you, dieting isn't the perfect solution for weight issues. Nowadays, people are coming to realize that diets actually limit you way too much. When you start dieting, you work with either elimination or restriction. This should never be the case. Eat as much as you can permit yourself to. Have a balance of everything edible out there. Nothing should stop you from eating what you wish. Just have a balance with what you eat. Most of your normal diet should consist of healthy, hearty foods, and whatever little snack your gluttony craves for can be satisfied once in a while. There is no issue with having a treat after some time. Keep control over how much junk food you have and keep that careful eye over your food to make sure the good always outweighs the bad. Working out doesn't make dieting compulsory. If anything, it means you have to keep yourself energized more often. You'll crave more food once you start working out, and that craving is one you're going to want to satisfy. If not, you'll become grumpy, hungry, and your attitude towards working out won't be a very positive one. Rolling with no goals. There's no race to be won if there's no finish line. You always have to chart out your goals before you start working on a project. In this case, the project is yourself, and you need to place some goals on what you want to do. Do you eventually want to have that hardcore six-pack? Are you aiming for a fitter, stronger you? Lay out your goal and make it clear to yourself. Otherwise, you may as well be running headfirst into fog. Once you believe you have a goal, set down your stepping stones to get there. You can't just hope you can make the jump from your side to the finish line. Make the bridge and cross it one tile at a time. It's a timely process, but it'll grant you the guaranteed success you want. It's better to work your way through at a decent pace rather than failing and having to restart the whole process. First, try to lose weight. Aim for something that's fit and healthy. Go for at least 10 pounds less than what you are now. By the time you've reached that goal, you'll have gotten accustomed to the fatigue and strain that follows a hefty workout session. You'll also have a stronger understanding of how much you can handle and where the limit can't be breached. Then, try aiming for another goal. Seek to tone your muscles a little bit at first so you can understand how much time it takes you. Once you've gotten a clearer idea, you can start working hard to the final destination. All of this will take a decent amount of time, so don't give up if the results don't show after weeks or maybe even a month. They'll come along soon, and once they do, it'll have been worth all of the time and effort.